Bonjour, le podcast du jour est une rencontre avec Paolo, un professeur de SVT qui vit dans les montagnes en Italie, pas très loin de Venise. Il fait pousser les baies et construit sa propre maison en paille, soit un mode de construction éco-responsable. Nous avons passé 10 jours avec lui pour l'aider à s'occuper de ses plans et construire sa maison. L'épisode est en anglais, mais un épisode hors série sortira bientôt pour résumer cette conversation super enrichissante, mais aussi pour vous faire part de notre expérience de woofing chez lui. Bonne écoute!
Give
Me
5, le podcast qui suit les aventures en Europe de 5 amis ingénieurs engagés, entre anecdotes, témoignages et instants de vie. Ici, on parle environnement, voyage en groupe et engagement personnel et professionnel.
So welcome to our new episode of Give Me 5. So today we are with Paolo, who owns a farm in the mountains in Italy. So hi Paolo,
Hi.
you introduce yourself, tell us where you live, what you do and everything?
Yes, I'm Paolo and I live here in Friuli, Pordenone. I'm a teacher. I teach in a lab of the high school, but like a second work, I grow berries in the mountains and I try to apply some permaculture rules. It's going to be a style of life. And so my method, I try to apply it to my plants and to myself and to my place, to my house and to my everything.
Okay, so you talked about permaculture. Could you give a definition?
Yes, I will try. It's really difficult to give a definition of that because it's like I said before, a style of living. And you have some rules, but these rules you can apply to really everything in the life. So it's just, it's a mode, like a way of thinking before of everything. And so you try to follow those rules, but you can't always think about that. You have just to do your best to apply the rules, but to find your way to do that.
About your plants, can you tell us what types? Why did you decide to grow berries?
Yes.
And what methods do you use to grow them?
Okay.
If you use
Sure.
pesticide or not?
Yes. So I decided to grow berries because I'm in the mountains, and so I think it's the right place for them. At the beginning, I was cleaning my land. There was some trees and some bushes. I tried to clean all the place, and then I made some steps. Maybe you can help me to translate this.
Yes, some stairs maybe.
Yes, like on the soil. I mean,
yeah,
to dig and
yeah.
to make this to have the possibility to walk on a flat path.
Yeah. So some levels.
Yeah, some levels. Thank you. Yes, exactly. And then I dig 3 little lakes, because one of the most important things here is to store water, rainwater, because we have spring water, but sometimes, especially in the last 3 years, the water is really few because no rain and too hot. It's quite unusual. But fortunately, I have these 3 lakes, and I can collect a lot of water, so I can give to my plants.
Okay, so this is how you deal with the lack of water that happens more and more every year, right?
There are different things you can do to manage this water problem. I use mycorrhiza. You know that? What is mycorrhiza?
Maybe you can explain what it is.
Yes, mycorrhiza is like a special kind of fungi that make symbiosis with the roots of the plants. You know that? And so they can help the plant to take more water from the soil. When you think the soil is dry maybe it's not so dry, and there are some water trapped in the soil. So this fungi, these microorganisms, can help the plant to take all the water. They have also different functions, like help the plant to take some nutrients from the soil, and to protect. They protect the plant from parasites. They make it stronger, and in exchange, the plant give to these microorganisms some sugars and some amino acids that can feed the bacteria and the fungi in there. And so that's the symbiosis. This is one of the methods I use to help the plant to manage this water lack. Then I use also dripping system. I can use less water because the water is going only on the root zone. I take the water from the roof, take the water from the road. Every place where the water can flow, I try to collect it and to push it in the lakes, and that's it. But if the rain is not coming, it's really, really difficult. And maybe mycorrhiza is not enough. I think the climate is really changing, and it will be maybe impossible to manage this.
So you can actually really see the consequences of the climate change
we are seeing
on your farm and your
we see that. I saw dead animals last summer, like squirrels.
Yeah,
I found some, and there are no birds at all.
Birds?
No, they came back in the winter because they was going up to find the fresh zone and water, and the things are really changing. Another thing that really shocked me was leaves of the trees falling in August. That's really bad because we can't do anything for that. And some people say that they are worried for the nature, but I think the nature is stronger than us. The problem will be to humans.
You think that the worst consequences will be for humans and not necessarily for nature?
Yes, we are weak. We are not able to survive anymore without the climate we are used to. So if something changes very fast, it will be a very strong change for us, and maybe we can manage.
If we come back to how you take care of your plants, you told us before that you send leaves of your plants to Holland to analyze them. Can you explain why you do that and how is it useful for you?
That's really interesting. And the place where I send my leaves is a lab in Holland. It's called Nova Crop Control. They just analyze the sap of the plant. It's like when we go to the hospital and do analysis of our blood. And so you can, in really few days, like 2, 3, maximum 4 days, you can know what's inside the sap of the plant. So you know exactly what is the plant uptake, what the plant can absorb from the soil, what maybe is not enough. There are a lot of reasons for that. For example, if in the soil you have too much phosphorus or calcium carbonate, the iron will be blocked in the soil, so the plant can't absorb it anymore. And maybe you think the best way to manage this it will be to give iron to the plant. And that's true, but you have to give to the plant, not to the soil. Because if you give more iron to the soil, the iron will be again blocked by the calcium carbonate. So you have to understand your soil, your plant, and to know how to manage this. This is important because sometimes happens that you have too much of some elements or some nutrients in the plants, and so you have to know how to let them drop. So you can decide different methods. And I found a really interesting guy named John Kempf. He's really an expert about this. I found a lot of webinars on the YouTube, and I learned so much from him. He's studying plants and studying how to make organic agriculture, but is really far from this. He's gone really far, and now he's helping farmers to manage to get the most from their cultivations, and just adding little quantities of the nutrient that are missing in the plant, and especially without disturbing the soil, because the soil is like the mother of everything. Everything comes from that, and you should not interfere with the soil. So maybe no till, or as less as you can, or no pesticides, no herbicides, obviously, and maybe give some good bacteria. When you have a good soil, the plants are healthy, usually. But sometimes happen that they need something, and so you do the sap analysis, and you will be able to know exactly what do they need and when they need, because there are different seasons, and maybe they are flowering or they are fruiting. There are different stages of the growing, and so you can just follow the growing of the plant in the season, and then you will be able to understand exactly the plant that you have, and it will be really easy to grow healthy food, energetic food, and especially without any poison inside. This really, I think this is the best way to do agriculture.
Yeah, so you have to know a lot about your plants, your soil, and just analyze everything to make sure that there's a balance.
Yes, but this is a method, and you have to study your place, your plants, your weather, your climate, and yourself too. Yeah. Because maybe, for example, I am a biologist, so I can grow microorganisms. And so I know how to give to plants the good one. And so I try a lot of different mix and recipes to grow good bacteria, good fungi. And so my method is just a mixture of all techniques, because I use manure, I use compost, and the new method, the new research they do in the labs. And the best is to join these two different methods and find a balance of these two. And this is really cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
It is. Now we can talk about the construction of your strawberry house.
Another chapter.
Yeah, another chapter. So we wanted to know why you decided to build this house, and how the idea came to you, and how it's working, wow. Why is it good and everything.
Oh, so much questions. I try to start from the first.
Yeah.
Why? Because first I need a little house. I think the thing is that a straw bale house is something I can build myself, and I like to do things myself because I can build it. I can fix it when maybe something goes wrong. Is cheaper. It's really nice and easy to do. Yeah. There are really a lot of reasons of that. It was my dream to build a straw bale house from when I was a child. And so when I found this place, one of my first thoughts was, there will be the house. And now I'm so happy and lucky to have these woofers, these girls with me that helped me to do a really important job. That is the plaster of the house. That is like the skin of the house. So it was really nice to do it together. And I think it was really, really good.
You told us that you asked questions to experts on how to manage the plaster and the house. Why do you think it isn't more popular, as it's not expensive and a good isolation?
This method before cement was really popular, especially in United States, Nebraska, in England, and in Africa too. They had different methods, but the thing was that straw, maybe soil, depending on the weather, the climate they have. Then cement arrived, and so it was a huge business, and everybody started to build with this material. But I think it's not good because the houses made by cement are really heavy and wet, because the cement is not breathing. You know that what I mean. So the air can't pass through the walls. And I want a breathing house. I don't want molds on the walls, and I want a really light house. And so there are really a lot of reasons to do that. And I hope a lot of people will start to do that and see how easy it is, and how fun it can be.
Yeah, and I think it's great to do it on your own and to actually build your own house with your own hands. I think
and
it's
you
a
can
great
do with your
achievement.
friends, or with your girlfriend or boyfriend or wife, or children, no? Because it's not dangerous at all. But you have to know how to do. And so I learned from maybe some book. I had courses. I asked to experts, and then I made my idea, my personal idea, and I try to do my best.
Yeah, well, it's great to participate to all this. And right before we actually talked about woofing just a little bit, and so this is what we are doing. We came to your farm to work with you in exchange of like food and somewhere to sleep. And we wanted to know how you discovered woofing and why you did start to do this.
I don't remember exactly how I discovered this, but I'm sure that I was in the middle of Italy, in Umbria, and I was working in a farm there with a girlfriend, and we suddenly decided to go in that, to try. And I also was a woofer. So I went in Spain, and I was 1 month in Spain. It was really nice. And so I decided to come back in Italy and to do something on my own, and to have woofers, and to make things together, and to enjoy this beautiful place, and all these things like collecting wood, and thinking about the climate, growing food, because the food is the first thing that can keep we alive. And so we need good food, energetic, healthy, and a lot of people don't care because they think, oh, just eat something, no? And I think it's really important to focus on that. I'm so proud because last year I made really nice blueberries, and people is asking me, I want more. And so that's really nice for me.
Yeah.
And and also that this method is working. And so I will go on this. And I hope a lot of people, more people, go into that, because it's really, really interesting, nice, and we can try to do something to save the planet. We just work in our square meter. You know that we can't save the planet just talking or saying to people you have to do this and that. We just do our best and show to people you can do. And so maybe someone else can say, yeah, maybe it's possible. I will try my method, my life. I can do the best. So the most important thing is do things and show that it's working. Another important thing is to show that you can make mistakes, but you have to go on and learn from them. So don't be afraid of mistakes, to try something. Maybe it's wrong, maybe next time will be better, and you learn from that.
It is very inspiring words that you're saying.
Thank you.
So thank you for sharing everything, and yeah, thank you for the time you gave us to share your experience.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your interesting questions. And I'm sorry for my English.
No,
I'm Italian,
fine.
You know, and so yes, thank you very much for everything, and I hope to see you again. Maybe next year.
Maybe, who knows?
you can see what happened to my house.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.